The epidermis is the superficial layer of the skin. It is composed of stratified squamous epithelial cells that push and therefore flatten towards the surface. There are 5 layers of epidermis in thick skin found in the palms and soles of feet, and there are 4 layers of skin in thin skin found everywhere else in the body. From deep to superficial, the layers are stratum basale, stratum spinosum, stratum granulosum, and stratum corneum. The extra layer in thick skin is stratum lucidum, found between stratum granulosum and stratum corneum. The epidermis also has hair shafts, which will be referred to later. Stratum basale, also known as stratum germinativum, is the deepest layer of the epidermis, meaning it is attached to the basement membrane. It is responsible for providing the skin with keratin, which is made with the keratinocytes located in this layer. This is the only layer in which cells divide via mitosis into 2 identical daughter cells. Then, one of the cells stays in the stratum basale, while the other one moves upwards to the next layer. Stratum basale is the layer that forms part of the epidermal ridges. The reason these ridges are wavy is that this provides a greater surface area for the nutrients to be passed on. The other major epidermal layer is the stratum corneum. The stratum corneum is the most superficial, or apical, layer. It gets completely replaced on an average of 28 days. This is the only layer that has the ability to thicken as a reaction to friction. The stratum corneum has 15 to 30 layers of keratinized cells. This layer has the distinct characteristics of being dry, secreting, and water-resistant.
The dermis is composed of the reticular layer and the papillary layer. The papillary layer has capillaries, touch receptors, and dermal papillae. The papillary folds line the epidermal ridges and are what pass the nutrients through to the other side. The reticular layer blends in with the papillary layer, but it is distinct for having pressure receptors and bundles of collagen. In the dermis, we find sweatlands, which produce sweat that is carried through the sweat ducts up to the skin's surface. The sebaceous glands are attached to the hair follicles, and they secrete oil. The hair shafts are not completely in the dermis, but this is where they originate. Hair is found everywhere in the body except the sides and soles of feet, palms, sides of fingers and toes, the lips, and some parts of external genitalia. Their function is to protect from UV rays on the head, cushion the head from bumps, insulate the head, stop foreign particles in the nose, and shield the eyes.
The erector pili muscle is what stands hairs up, which is what causes goosebumps.
Blood vessels are found in the dermis and subcutaneous level and carry blood, nutrients, oxygen, and carbon dioxide through the skin. They are not found in the epidermis.
Nerves are also found in the dermis. They are sensory receptors that send signals to the brain and assist in the sense of touch.
The hypodermis is also known as the subcutaneous layer. It is not technically part of the integument, however, it is indispensable to it. The subcutaneous level is deep to the dermis, and it anchors the skin to the underlying organs. It is mainly composed of adipose tissue, which has the functions of reducing heat loss, storing energy, and absorbing shock. Blood vessels, or cutaneous plexus, are superficially present in the subcutaneous level. The skin condition present in this model is a mole. Moles are flat or raised marks that vary in shape, color, or texture. They may be singular or numerous, and hair can occasionally be found on.